All right, cheers, aka Powers. Get yourself a little baby coffee today. Welcome to the Karl Lagerfeld show. If you don't know him, he's the guy behind Chanel. And why? I get it. This is a comic book. This is a pop culture channel. Why are we talking about Karl Lagerfeld? Well, we also discuss the creative process, right? And you guys can see, we create a lot on this channel. I haven't been live streaming as much as I would like, but I've been this year, I would say, like all time, within the last couple of years, I've been spending more time at this drawing table again. Finally, and my time at the drawing table ebbs and flows. I kind of say the same with Karl Lagerfeld. Fashion directors, they're the most consistent, innovative people in any creative industry. Period. A fashion director, in my view, is as creative as a editor-in-chief should be for a comic book company, or a director. Film directors, the way that they bring in all of the disciplines, it's very similar. But I do feel like fashion, because it's so impactful, it's so large, it's so imaginative, the elements that it pulls in, it's incredible. It's inspiring to me. So I spend a lot of time with Karl. These are my sister bought me this book maybe 2-3 years ago for Christmas, and she kind of knew I liked them. I never knew much about Karl's life until she got me this book. And look at him young. Look at all of those drawings. Again, tell me these aren't highly productive people. Look, see, there's Karl right here. Really cool stuff. Look, those are some great illustrations there. Great sketches. The time, they're of the time, meaning they design for their eras. They have their fingers on the pulse. There's so much to learn about how these men think. So last year I bought, Fashion Life, bought his biography. And upcoming on this channel, we are going to highlight these books, these little books. They're little books of fashion, okay? They're $20 each. You can see here, we have Dior, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada. I've been collecting these. Look, same picture. Oh, I hate that. Same picture. And the reason why we're going to highlight these is the work ethic of the fashion icons. I feel like the entire comic book industry, and I think creatives in general, you have a lot to learn. We're going to get into guys like Karl Lagerfeld, Dior. We're going to get into Valentino. We're going to get into Tom Ford. So, today's subject, let's go. Alright, AKA Powders, you guys know how much I reference the fashion industry for straight up inspiration and jealousy. The fashion art directors are straight up more consistent than almost any profession you can imagine. Their creativity and just the way that they're regular, it's insane. So a year ago, I was at a Karl Lagerfeld exhibit. I was at the Metropolitan or the MoMA. I kind of forget. It was a modern. It was one of the two museums in Philly, but they had this whole retrospective. It was amazing. And a year goes by. I bought a book there to bring to all of you. A year ago, I shot a different intro for this. That's gone now. That's lost in time. And a year went by, so I was like, let's just record a new intro. It's my birthday, and as my birthday, I got this book on my birthday last year. It was, I believe, a gift from one of my relatives. I believe it was my mother, but if my mother sees this and you bought me this book. But no, it was a gift, and it blew my mind, and I was so excited. And a year goes by quick, aka Powders, and we know last year was a full year. So, let's just hit the drawing table. I want to present to you a different form of creativity than what we're used to on this channel. And I'm going to do my best to explain to you why it's important, why it's inspirational, and why you yourself You gotta broaden your wings. It can't just be comic books and movies and pop culture and what's on Disney Plus. You have to develop a mind that absorbs everything, and to develop a mind and maybe a heart and a spirit that can get inspired by so much, by everything out there. Never limit yourself. Karl Lagerfeld and his life's work is in it's in this video. I mean, literally, but it's in this video. It's on this channel. It's everywhere. And I just implore all of you, and I know these videos they won't get a lot of traction. They won't do a lot of stuff, but I just implore all of you guys, be adventurous, be risky, look for inspiration everywhere. Let's go. And here it is. Karl Lagerfeld, A Line of Beauty. So just about this time last year, and I think we need to get this sucker up. So just about this time last year, almost to the day, at the MoMA in New York City, they had a Karl Lagerfeld Chanel retrospective that was absolutely jaw-dropping. And I wanted to bring this to you guys around then. And a whole year went by. And my birthday is today. We're all watching this video on my birthday. So I might as well just... I saved it. I thought it would be a little bit of an anniversary of not opening something. So let's get into this. I'm not familiar with what's in this book. I know it's his sketch work. What are we expecting to uncover? I don't know. Just ideas and positioning and solutions and takes. See, so like this is a little bit of what we can expect. I mean, I love, like, look at the washes, like, and we see the execution too. Andrew Bolton, and you know, the Met right here, the Metropolitan Museum. I'm sorry, this was at the Met, not the MoMA. I'll be at the MoMA tomorrow. If you're watching this on July 5th, when you guys are watching this, I will be on my way to the MoMA to see, a Leonardo da Vinci. One of my goals in the next couple years is to see every single Da Vinci up close. So there's one in New York, and that's what we're doing this year for my birthday. I'm not 100% with what to expect, and like this paper too. This paper grade is fantastic. See, like, what is... I'm not sure. I mean, I would... Timeline, feminine, masculine. Andrew Bolton. So this is our intro. So he maybe breaks down the types of lines, the types of techniques through the ages, maybe. So already within a couple seconds, I'm taken aback at exactly what we're looking at. But here it is. People, this is, okay, I will tell you right now how immediately important this already is. Because we're seeing the design and we're having a look at the execution. I love, so you kind of see some of the markings too, where this is 74. He's that productive where you have to tag the ones you like, or you start grouping things together as of the types of lines within the dress, the expected silhouette. And again, like we see this 136, but we see these additional markings, additional tags to track. Dude, I love, see, so this is kind of cool. This is Karl Lagerfeld, like super fast, blasting the background with red. And the reason why he's doing that is he's just separating the forms. And we see this a lot in our movie books, in our design departments. But this is awesome too, to where like it kind of, the belt here, it's a high-waisted belt, but it ends a little bit closer towards the A line. The A line is really kind of what's going to hug the hips here. See, and he even, like packages it with borders like this. But you see the speed of it. And we always imagine fashion designers like working with speed. So you might be like, well, blue. Like, was he intending this suit here, or this waist jacket? Was he intending it to be black on white, or white on blue? It looks like he intends it to be black. The blue here, he's just indicating the piping. And that's really what everything around the lapels and the waist right here, the seam. This one's just awesome. But again, to do this at this level for as long as he did, and he was still going before his demise, it's phenomenal. It really is. I love this one. This is so French. The jockey pants, the tight jockey pants, the double lapel right here. Really wild stuff. And it's wild because you have to remember that some of this is like this is not ready to wear. So a lot of times you're one-to-one with your clients. So cheers to Karl Lagerfeld, everyone. You're one-to-one with your clients. That's what couture is. And everything is measured, sewn, hung perfectly. Now, Chanel later, throughout the years, developed what's called ready-to-wear, meaning you can buy it off the rack and wear it. See, this is great too. Like here, like you would kind of want to say he made notes of the embroidery that's in the ruffles here. Oh, this one is nuts. And I love his quick color, his quick smudges. See, he kind of hits them with a little bit of a darker charcoal pencil. Just to kind of, again, show us what the forms are. Show us what the silhouette should be. And these are very, like, the way, how close they are. I love the colors for this one. The blue background with the red. I really dig the red borders. So during this exhibition, they just had video. It was an over camera shot of him drawing. And you would hear like the markers crack open and the streaks and the pencils like gripping into the paper. So you were going through this exhibit, and these are what you saw in the exhibit, and you would just move through them, and you would just hear him like drawing the entire time. Oh wow, this is cool. Navy, the naval inspired. So you might say to yourself, he's got blue here, right? So the blue might indicate black. It might communicate a little bit better as it moves through the production line, meaning the seamstress or the pattern maker might have to see what the intended shapes are. Black might be confusing. And we know this is intended to be black because when we look at the presentation of the jacket here, we see how black is used to silhouette the white. Like the black lapels, black cuffs. This is a wild pattern. And through his lines, it's legendary, just always pushing exactly what was elegant. Like even this, the way how this dress hangs off the hips and flares out, so prominent even today. Again, like the Roaring 20s. I think this, you kind of want to say this is Roaring 20s Cleopatra inspired. And that's what I mean. Like these fashion dudes, what they bring in is it's like so abstract sometimes. It's hard to even pinpoint what the inspirations are unless you're told. This is so wild. So I wonder what year this, maybe 2008. Like how many bathing suits evolved into these straps here? Like I get it, it's a cocktail dress, but you know, like swimwear has that now. This is great. I love the high waist and just the way we're tucked in there. Oh, excuse me, everyone. And there just hasn't been enough of an exploration. There's like the Art Deco here. It's just insane. Look, the silver foil that's inside of the ruffles. I mean, it's the dress hangs this way, but it's an optical illusion otherwise. This is wild. And you really see, like, sometimes, like, the idea is this, and your fabricators have to come in and complete it. But you get the shape, and you see how her hips, her hands are resting on the hips, that this jacket has, it has that flair. Like, really nice stuff. This is great. I mean, some of these, again, too, like, you would wear this stuff, you would be able to leave the house with this. You would go to a event. You would be amongst luxury wearing this, and there's nothing better to wear. Like, there's no better way to spend your money on clothing than what he did with Chanel. And his stuff ended up everywhere. Ended up in movies, science fiction, the runway, your local Target. And that's what I mean about just studying the straight impact. This is interesting. We haven't seen a lot of a deviation of color. And you kind of want to say if this might have been a potential one-off. So a lot of times, you know, they'll have the information cards, and it might tell you that. You want to say this is the same for Dior. His path is like I said, he ended creating his own line, having his own label, but it's Dior, it's Chanel. His work is just, again, like all of those fashion. They're not even fashion houses; they're couture houses. Like, this is great too. Just, again, what the silhouette's supposed to be. And when it comes to fashion, everyone has the same fabric, right? Like, it's a lot like comic book artwork. We all have the same blank piece of paper. And in fashion, you all have the same fabric and you have the same mannequin. Everyone has access to the same materials. No one is special. Like, this is crazy too, with like almost like the Corningware pattern. I love these red borders. I don't know, like he did have a way of presenting his sketches. And again, you can sit down and look at comic books all day, but you will get overwhelmed. You'll get a little, I mean, guys, we do love crypt here. But the idea of what the fashion guys can do, you know, like, it should inspire you and you should pull it into your comic book work. I think this, just for drawing costumes, drawing silhouettes, tagging, like understanding how to tag your shapes so that people will know what design they're looking at, even if it's a silhouette. Crazy important things here. And it's not like he didn't have a sense of shape and form. Like, look, the gesture here for this girl is fantastic. And guys, like, keep in mind, like, nothing is preserved. See how the top of this is cut off? Right? Like, clearly this is supposed to be of a border, but this is just what, you know, and for whatever reason, there could be something written on the top, something controversial. Who knows? His life certainly has been under fire of late. but nothing is 100% preserved. So this is where, like, for you guys, get good with scanning, get good with doing color prep and isolating line work and recreating your paper drawings into the computer, and then make them available online. So again, like I was trying to make this point earlier, I didn't quite get there. Again, fabricator, like this is what we need. He brings it to the fabricator, and the seamstress, the pattern maker, they get the material and they get to work. So in a way, like he's checking in on, like, this is what we start with, and he's checking in on them throughout this process, and he's approving, disapproving. I love the giant belt here. This is, oh my god, this one's my favorite. Wow, I missed this in person, dude. It's a denim knee length skirt with overalls and the double-breasted lapel jacket, and you see the inspiration for it right here. This is also, this is the back. He designed this from the back. See, again, you see the red. He draws the red so he can communicate what's supposed to happen. And then right here, we attach the color. We attach the pattern. And get to, like, again, want to talk about things today, guys. Comment down below how much ripped jeans, how much have ripped jeans come back in the last like 2 to 3 seasons. In Philly, every girl has jeans like this. The quilted pattern. Wow. Just really, I mean, and a lot of it too is the actual material, meaning he's communicating with his team. And someone brings him something. They bring him the netting. They bring him an idea. They bring him a method to hold the shape. And you just go with it. This is interesting. I don't know what this is. 2017. So not long ago, he was still insanely active. See, I'll be a little interested to see this one a little bit more up close to kind of see exactly what he means by this line. This line, the picture's not, it's a little bit too dark. I'm not sure what this line means, if it means anything. It has to mean something. So some of these too could be like who the dresses are for, who he forwards the work to. Like this one says Olivia. I mean, this could be for Olivia, or it could be going to Olivia to get work done. And again too, like look how he uses the red. Uses the red to indicate this lace pattern. So we can only assume that the lace pattern too is running along here in the back. Floral line, geometric line. So they do have a way of classifying these, which is fantastic. That's something to learn. He's really good with separating the forms with these like smudges. This is wild. I mean, how many times have we seen this though? Like the long gown flower dress. I love this one. This one's just so wild to me. And I don't know why. Like the positive, the negative. You would think the lettering for when it gets to the black would be white, but it's a white stroke. So it's like black letters still throughout. And he's just making them visible in the dark. Like, look at this asymmetric crisscross, like the crisscross. Guys, I normally don't like asymmetrical dresses, halter tops, shirts, or whatever. I don't like things, single things off the shoulder for women. I just never, it never sells, it never looks good. But this is fantastic though, because you can see where it pinches here and it hugs the waist perfectly. Like, these patterns too are so original. And again, like, so this is almost like a vinyl, like a see-through vinyl. This is almost like a rain. It's not just a raincoat, it's like a rain dress. And the guys too, like, this is why, like, the girl from Schitt's Creek, Netflix has a show called Emily in Paris. Like, you should pay attention to that stuff, because knowing why people wear things and what looks good, and it's okay to expose yourself to that luxury life, because we should all be pursuing it. Wow, this is wild. I wonder what story this is. You know, this is something. This is like some German fairy tale. Like, it's okay to pursue these things. It really is. I love these inserts here. And so, like, they go through each one. So, see, like, this one's House of Chanel. This one's Chloe. Yeah, I forget, like, did he also do Fendi? He might have been Dior, Fendi, Chanel, his own label. Like, how wild is that? This looks like Fendi, to be honest. I forgot that he was this satirical line. So again, too, like, they're just finding ways to define. Yeah, I remember seeing this one in person. That, look at the guitar for the back. And it's not like all the ideas are crazy and highfalutin. Like, the ideas can be fanciful at the same time. That's what separates these guys. Like, look, this is like Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, but it's like you get to the wacky, the obvious, you get to a little bit more of the abstract. Oh, and this is him within his own line here. Like, look at that skirt. I love how the waist clips here. It's almost like a corset. And it just, like, I love how it pops out. But yeah, so this is his label here. And we see it's just like more black, like black, 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 black. Insane stuff. I love the belt here. Yeah, and then look, see, and so this was a little bit of it too. So this is like what you would see during the exposition. This was broadcast like on the giant screen. Look, you see his phone here. And then they had like interviews with the, you know, oh yeah, here's Chloe with like the seamstress, with the people that worked on some of these drawings, and they would just go through the thought process. So I have to read this to get really familiar, because like you kind of want to make your way through the exposition. You want to make mental notes of what to go back to when you're done, because you can kind of go back and forth. So you're not really paying attention to this. But yeah, future reading for Peter A. DeLuca. Oh look, and we have references. This is great. A lot of info here, guys. Again, the work of a life, and you know, let everything inspire you. Don't think you're above things. Like, just so you guys know, on this drawing table we have Karl Lagerfeld. We have the greatest designed Batmobile of all time, and we have some Wildstorm trading cards. Be eclectic. Be as eclectic as you can.